Gnome, and welcome to the 9th episode of this Shelf Tour extravaganza. And yes, based on the shirt that I'm wearing, you're probably already figuring out what we're going to go through today. Well, just so you know, while I may love things like movies and television shows and collecting Funko Pops and music, I also am a huge sports fan, and sports is actually something that you don't necessarily see people as content creators really talking about. A few years back, I actually decided to make a show that was dedicated to the amazing sport of American football, and I did that with two of my very good friends, but it only unfortunately lasted a year, and unfortunately the viewership really wasn't great either. But I still feel that being a sports fan is still pop culture, and it's still what makes the friendly neighborhood lawn gnome that you see before you the person that he is. So I wanted to show you guys my collection of Mets stuff, as well as some other sports-related stuff. Even though you've already seen the clothing, there's a cute little shrine that my wife and I actually dedicate to the Amazons, and we're really excited to take you in on this journey. So what are we waiting for? Let me show you my Mets shrine. So talk about the absolute luck of just having a nook. When my wife and I bought this house, we noticed this set of shelves, which basically, you come downstairs to the lower level and then you just go out to the garage. And we saw this shelf, and we really didn't know what it was for. And I just said to her, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to put our Mets stuff over here. So this is basically where all of our Mets collection is. And it's a culmination of a whole bunch of other things baseball related, but it's basically got a lot of what makes our fandom of the Mets so special. So we're just going to go through everything. I'll try my very best because I don't really want to take anything off the shelves. So we're just going to start over here. This is a Mr. Met on the moon celebrating the anniversary of the moon landing, which happened last year. We've also got a replica of Shea Stadium. That was my wife. She got it the year that Shea Stadium officially closed. This is the first Mets bobblehead I ever got. It was Tom Seaver. This is also from the stadium that my wife got. It's a W.B. Mason truck. This is a pin collection from the New York Times, which I actually do have the entire set of. You had to go to 7-Eleven and pay about like $3 for each pin. Well worth it. Over here are some post-serial mini bobbleheads, and I have both series 1 and 2. Over here in the back is a little Mr. Mets pin. Over here is an Energizer exclusive Mr. Mets bobblehead. Over here is an official All-Star Game 2013 commemorative pin played at Citi Field. The bobblehead of the radio duo who report the Mets, Kiner and Murphy. This was given to me from my former boss. This is my Mr. Mets Itty Bitty that was given to me by my wife. A Mets mini helmet. A starting lineup special edition figure of David Wright that was given at one of the games we went to. This in this box is the commemorative 25th anniversary of the 1986 World Series, and it is a bobblehead of Jesse Orosco, who was the pitcher who pitched the final pitch in the World Series, where the Mets actually won, and all the way around the box are actually statistics of all the games and the players that played. And over here is Mr. Met as Han Solo and Chewie in the cockpit of the Millennium Falcon for a Star Wars Day bobblehead to celebrate Solo: A Star Wars Story. Going down into the next row, I'm just going to read off what we see here. Mind the cobwebs. Sorry, guys. This is, part of the basement. So we've got Curtis Granderson, Nolan Ryan, Matt Harvey, Mike Piazza, Jacob deGrom, David Wright, another Tom Seaver. It's part of an all-star game set, which is actually the same as the David Wright. All of them are in one place. Dwight Gooden, John Franco, Ron Darling, and over here, to celebrate the 30th anniversary of Seinfeld last year, we got a Jerry Seinfeld bobblehead. Pretty awesome. Now we're going to go down to the last row here. We've got Asdrubal Cabrera. We've got Jay Bruce, Juan Lagares. We've got a special edition of Todd Frazier commemorating WWE. It was WWE night, so we had Todd Frazier with a WWE belt, and he's standing in a little wrestling ring, which is pretty cute. This was a Marvel Superhero Day exclusive Thor bobblehead, meaning Noah Syndergaard dressed as Thor. We've also got Yoenis Cespedes. This was another Star Wars exclusive. It's Obi-Wan Kenobi that is Robinson Cano as Obi-Wan. And finally, for another Marvel Superhero Day, we got Spider-Man, celebrating Spider-Man Far From Home, and the fact that Peter is actually a Mets fan in the films makes me really, really excited. If you actually take a good look at his room in the MCU Spider-Man films, you do see a Mike Piazza Hall of Fame banner as well as a Mets hat. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. Thank you once again for coming to check this out. I'm really hoping that when this whole situation clears up, we can actually all go back to the ballpark and see our favorite teams play this game of baseball, and not just that, all the other great sports that we love. But in the meantime, I appreciate that you came back once again. I'm hoping that you're still not exhausted, because there's just one more shelf tour video that you guys will have to experience. But until then, I'll see you in the next one. Hey, thank you so much for stopping by my channel today. If you're new here and want to see more of what my channel has to offer, please click on the link to my last video, or hit that subscribe button to be kept up to date with all of my uploads. Content of all sorts is posted here quite often, so trust me, you do not want to fall behind. I will see you in the comments, and actions speak louder than words.